The brushes we're going to be testing using our multimeter on the beep function. We're testing for continuity. Go ahead. So we go from one of the tangs to both brushes. And we're listening for a beep and no beep. So that means that brush tests good. And then we'll go from the other tang to both brushes. No beep, beep, that's good. It doesn't matter if you've got the leads flipped. It doesn't matter which one's negative or which one's positive. You're just testing for continuity. All right, the next component we're going to test is the rotor. The rotor rotates. So we're first going to test between the slip rings, still on the beep test. So we're going to go from slip ring to slip ring, just like that. If we're touching the same slip ring, it's going to beep because there's continuity, or there should be, between both spots. Now we're going to go from a slip ring to the shaft to test for a ground. It should not beep. There should not be continuity. All right, the next component we're going to test, rotate the rotor out, is our stationary stator. This one happens to be a Y. It's got 3 leads with a single wire, and then it's got a common connection in the middle. So we're testing for continuity between all 3 leads. Go ahead. So we should have beep there, and then a beep there, and then you want to test between these 2 as well. While you've got it, you want to do a visual inspection and make sure that you don't see any of that lacquer missing. Like right there, we've got a bit of lacquer, so go ahead and test from there to that shiny spot right there. That means that the stator could potentially arc out to the housing and ground out, and you wouldn't get much of a feel. All right, the next component we're going to test will be our bridge rectifier. So we're first on the beep going to test between the 2 heat sinks. We should not hear a beep. All right, next we're going to do the diode test, and we're going to test all 6 diodes in here. It's 12 tests. So you want to go from this side, since you're on that side. All right, so we were listening for a beep. We heard a beep on those 3, so we're going to swap leads and test it again. And we did not hear a beep. Those diodes are good. So we're going to flip this back around and do the same thing. So you're going to go anywhere on there. Here, I'll hold this still. No beep, no beep. No beep, swap leads. All 3 beeped. Those diodes are good, so this is good. While we still got it in the diode test, we've got the common and then the 3 positives on the diode trio here. So go ahead and I'll hold this part, and then you can test between those. Beep, beep. Beep. Go ahead and swap leads. No beep, no beep, no beep. So there, the diodes are only allowing current flow in one direction, so that's good. And I think we've tested everything, except for the voltage regulator. So the voltage regulator, we'll go over that in class or in lab, because that's a little bit more involved.